with the mandatory overtime, the way my schedule normally works is I work on weeks where it's like a 2 week rotation. So like on week 1, I will work Tuesday and Wednesday. I'll be off Thursday and Friday, and then I'll work Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And then on that next week, I will be off Tuesday and Thursday. I will work Thursday and Friday, and then I will be off Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And then it just rotates back around again. So it's like 2-2-3, 2-2-3 is the pattern for on and off. And the way they wanted to do the mandatory overtime is, they take one of your days on your air quote short week. So like on a week where I would have like the Saturday, Sunday, Monday off, they would take one of those days. Now, when they first approached me with this mandatory overtime, which I assumed was going to end after they reached their the end of their fiscal year, because it's a Japanese-owned company, so they kind of run on that calendar. So Asian New Year just recently came, and so they were trying to meet that deadline to get as much money as they could, which makes sense. Your business, I get it. But then like they took my Saturday on one of those days, and at first I was like, okay, so it just means I don't get 3-day weekends anymore. I can deal with this, because I would still have 2 consecutive days off. So I asked, hey, is this consistent? No, it is not consistent. The next day they tried to take from me was a Thursday off. In fact, at the time of my recording this is the day I was supposed to have my mandatory overtime, and I said no. And I'll get into how I did that later. I didn't just. I know you're thirsty. You'll live. I didn't just decide I'm gonna skip today. I actually did this professionally. But like that would have originally put me working a 3-day stretch of 12 hours per shift, mind you, with 1 day off, and then another 3-day stretch. No, because you can't function on that schedule. I don't know how these other people do it. Like, I can't function on that schedule, so I don't get how these other people are trying to function on the schedule. Maybe they just live closer. I don't know. Because for me, it's about a 30 to 45 minute drive, depending on how many lights I catch. And that gives me just enough time at the end of my shift to come home, eat, maybe take a shower, and then go to bed. And I don't get a full night's sleep because I have to get up at 4:30 in the morning so that I can get to work on time. And it's just like, how do you expect anybody to function doing these 3 days with 1 day off? And then if your mandatory overtime day rotates correctly, you'll come across a period where you're working 4 days straight with 1 day off and then working another 2. I was exhausted today just after working 2. And like normally since I've had this job, sleeping in for me is like 9. Sometimes 9:30 or so. Normally that's the case. But with this job and like just with these last 2 days, I slept until like 11:30. I was exhausted. Every time I tried to get up, my body was like, ha ha, I dare you. So I don't get how they expect us to do this. It's like we're humans, we're not robots. And yes, I know companies don't care. I'm not ignorant of the world and how it works. I know companies don't care. But like when the people in the companies stop caring, that's to that extent, that's when it becomes stupid. So I put in my 2 weeks notice because of that. And it was primarily the mandatory overtime. I could have dealt with the rest of it because at the end of all this, one of the pros for this job that I forgot to cover actually is if you stay there for 18 months, regardless of seniority, you'll make $22 an hour. I could have stayed there for a while for that. That's a really good paycheck. That would have been the highest paycheck I ever would have had. But not at the cost of my ability to do the work. Like, I work to live. I don't live to work. And I don't understand anybody that thinks it should be the other way around. Now, granted, I know people have bills they got to pay. They got mortgages. They've got, internet, electricity, car insurance, health insurance, blah, 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 blah to pay for. I get that. I'm no different. But at the same time, you can do better. You really can do better. You can find something that works better for you. Now, granted, you might be stuck for a little bit. But if you keep looking, you'll find something that works. That's one of the reasons I don't have an official career, is because I'm still looking to find something that works for me. And I may have found it. I've actually got two things in line now that might work. That might actually work really well, especially if I can get the first one running. If not, then I've got the backup. And then if that one doesn't work, then I'll figure something else out, because that's just what you have to do. I'm not saying, don't work. I'm not saying be lazy. I'm not saying there's a perfect job out there, because there is no such thing as a perfect job. But there is such thing as a better job for you, like whatever your situation is, period. That's just how life is. And I think that's the part a lot of people forget about. I think a lot of people genuinely do forget that's a thing. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and take a torch, and we're going to see about finding some way of getting water because we need it. We desperately need it. I don't think I have any food. Do I have any food?
I'll die if I don't drink soon.
I sure don't. Yeah, I know you'll die if you don't drink. We're probably going to die in this first one anyway. Because I decided to stay in the cave because, you know, nightfall and cold and all that. And look at this. Look at how quickly... I wonder if the dehydration will get me the way the hunger did the one time. Because that was insane. So let's see about finding some kind of a human structure somewhere. Just to see if we can get some water. Oh, wait. I do have a can. I'm an idiot. I forgot that I had a can. Yeah, I've got a can. Okay, alright. So, Oh, I pressed map. Alright, so let's grab some more sticks, because we might still be able to get that fire going if I'm quick on the sticks. And if I don't get lost. Oh yeah, I can see my condition just starting to drop, but not like horrendously so. So we can still do this. I'm an idiot for forgetting that I had a can. I even stared at it in my inventory earlier. Oh, well, whatever. Like I said, I have a lot to talk about. Yeah, the primary reason I'm leaving is that ridiculous mandatory overtime. And here's the thing. It's not mandatory overtime that makes sense. Like, if it made sense and it was consistent, I'd be okay with it. But it does not make sense. And one of the things I heard recently was that they were planning to move everybody to a 48-61 schedule. And I'm just like, oh, heck no. You are going to have so many people rebelling against that. It's ridiculous. Like, that's not even worth considering. Like, you have no life at that point. It doesn't matter how good your house is. It doesn't matter what your internet speed is. It doesn't matter what amenities you have. You will never have time to enjoy them. It doesn't even matter if you only live 5 minutes down the road. You won't be able to enjoy any of your time because you'll be too tired. Like, there's no point in that. So, I put in my 2 weeks. I was not going to do that. And I'm very glad that I did. So, yeah. Now, on with, this might be enough to at least get the ball rolling. Alright, let's see if we can follow my footprints back. I think they added some new ambient noises. I want to follow my footprints back before the snow covers them up so we can get back to the cave. I know there'll be a little bit of wandering involved. That's alright. As long as it works. Okay, so, what else? Where else? Yeah. Oh, that was up there to get that stick, so back here. Yeah. I know. I like how the voice just, like, randomly did not kick in. Oh, there she goes. There she goes. I'm hoping I can follow this back in time. We're running out of torch. I'm hoping I'm going to make it. Yeah, I think this might be the hill that leads up to the... Oh, we're losing footprints. News. Alright, well now I'm just going to have to hope that this is the correct direction.
Gotta warm up somehow.
Yeah. I vaguely see footprints. Okay, yeah, here we go. Yeah, I think this is the lip. Yeah, so the cave should be here somewhere. Here somewhere. Here, maybe, kind of, sort of. Am I on top of it? I think I'm on top of this. The cave should be over here somewhere. Please tell me the fire is still there. I can't see a thing. I think the fire's out because... Yep, okay, we're not gonna make it. I can already see it. We're not gonna make it.
My life.
Is that... Yes, it is. I can just barely see it, but yes, it's there. We're not gonna die after all. Okay. Start. We'll go and use that other accelerant. Start it.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
All of these. All the things. Alright. I can't believe I forgot I had this thing. Alright, so we're at least gonna get some water. Drink it. There we go. Alright. I might have just enough time to cook more. 19 minutes. Yep, I've got just enough time to cook more, so let's do it. Alright, we'll take it. Pick that up. Ooh. He's bad out there. It's bad out there. So we're probably not going to make it. But that's okay. That is okay. Like I said, I have a lot to talk about. I'll use that pretty much to entertain myself because I know I'm going to die. Woo, especially with those winds. Dang. Oof. Like it sounds like I'm next to a waterfall. Oh well. So, those are the reasons why I'm leaving the job. Because it's just completely ridiculous. And like, I know some things. You know, there's the curse of being in the hen house is everybody talks crap. The good thing about being in the hen house is you hear things, you learn things, and I have learned that recently there was a meeting that OFS had regarding its employees, and this was when the stupid no cell phone thing came up. And one of the I can't even see. There's the cave entrance. Exit, whatever. Excuse me, I burped. So, one of the things that I learned is that this mandatory overtime they've been doing, that they're talking about extending, has been going on since January. At the time of recording this, it's near the end of April. And that meeting was had relatively recently. They asked in this meeting, when is this overtime going to come to an end? Because people working there are burnt out. And I get it. That's a lot of hours to be working. 48, that's a lot. And like, as good as overtime pay might be, that's still a lot. So, you know, people are burnt out. And they asked, you know, how long is this going to go on? It was a simple question with a simple answer. But the guy that answered the question beat around the bush. He said, oh, we've got scrap, and we've got this, and we've got that, and we've got that. Basically, they wound up saying, oh, it could be going on for another 3 to 4 months. You've been doing it since January, and you're talking about, in April, continuing it for another 3 or 4 months? You are not going to have a warehouse left that's willing to work. How do you expect people to do anything? Like, there's going to be riots, man. Like, that's more than half the year. That is more than half the year. More than half. So, like, yeah, you're not going to last as a company at this point. Or at least not at that location. That's for sure. Okay. This is the part where we freeze to death. Because I can't see. And if I can't see, I know y'all can't see. I have no idea where to go for shelter. So we're just going to follow the wind here. But yeah, so yeah, they want to extend that over. They want to extend that overtime all the way to like more than halfway through the year, which tells me, in addition to that 4861 nonsense, that you know they're looking to just have people work all the dadgum time, and I'm like, you're gonna lose literally everyone. And they've already apparently had an issue where they tried to do these 8-hour shifts that like weren't synced well or something. I don't know enough details. I just know that the person that told me about the 8-hour shifts they tried to do said they were stupid.
Too cold.
So it had to have been something about the way they wanted to do it that wasn't sitting well with everyone. And they tried to do it in one department first, and that whole department went on strike. Like, the whole department. They came in, they clocked in, and they all just sat down and didn't run a thing. Did not run a thing. And I'm just like, wow, that's how you do it. But that's also the power of a strike. Like, that's like, strikes are important. Now, always, you know when it's time to do something like that, because it could very well, I can't see. It could very well be the difference between, you know, between job security and, like, your sanity. I can't see. Is this one of those games where I can, like, fuss with the gamma? Let's see. Can I fuss with the gamma? That's FOV. Image filter. Oh, dude, I didn't know I could do this. I forgot I could do that. Does not... Huh. Does not seem to be any way I can do that. Unless it's in quality. Oh my goodness. The fact that I can just like do all this on full, I should do that one day. But it's probably going to look weird because it's a stylized game. I don't think it's supposed to look that way. I can't do it right now anyway because I can't see. So we're just going to have to deal with this because I honestly don't think there's a way to change the gamma. Oh, at least not in this game. So we're going to have to deal with black screen and snow probably until I die because I can't see what I'm doing or where I'm going. I think this is a rock. Oh, hey, I can kind of see when I look up at the sky. That's a tree. Or is that a rock? I can't tell what this is. Oh, okay, I'm walking down apparently. And I know there are cliffs too, so like that's another thing I gotta look out for because I could totally just like drop down one of these things.
I've never been so hungry in my life.
You're not even all that. Okay, whatever. Here, you want food? You can eat the cattail we picked up. Eat it. It's not much, but it's something. And something is better than nothing. I really need the sun to come out, though. Like, that's basically what I'm looking for. I need the sunlight. And I don't know what direction I've... Oh, wait, we were following the wind. Okay. I can't see. I can't see where the wind is going. Oh, it looks like the wind is going to a dead end. Yep, okay. Well, we're just gonna hang out here until the sun comes up, because it's getting close. So we might make it. We might not. We'll just hang out here. We'll chill out here and just kind of look up and admire the tiny bit of scenery we can see. So yeah, that's why I'm leaving that job, is because it's just no. Yeah, just no. And like on the one hand, it really sucks because, like I said, I like the work I do. I've got no problems with the work I do. But like the overtime is ridiculous. The amount of time they want to extend it is ridiculous. And the policy around the entire building regarding rule restriction is ridiculous. You know, they have us there for a 12-hour shift, right? They want us to come in and be at our stations and ready to work at 6:45. Not 7, 6:45. Okay, well, some of that I can kind of understand because you have this cross between shifts, right? Where you need to communicate to the person who's taking over in your area whether or not things have gone wrong, what to expect, you know, what work's waiting for them, etc. I get that. But like then when those people come in on time, they don't let you leave any earlier. You like they have this hardcore rule where you cannot clock out until your time clock says 7 p.m. Me being a temp, I'm like, nah, screw that, man. If you're really going to yell at me for 5 minutes, and keep in mind, clocking out early saves you money, yeah. Oh, and that's the other thing. I didn't even get into that. So here's this one. And again, apologies for the boring visual. I'm legit just waiting for the sun to come up in game so I can see what I'm doing. So here's the other thing. Here's the other big reason why I'm leaving, right? I'm going to get frostbite. I just know it. I actually want to check that real quick. It's getting high. Don't have a frostbite risk yet, though. They'll probably kick in soon. Anyway, here's the other thing. At the end of every month, and definitely at the end of the fiscal year, they have inventory days. Now, you know, as a manufacturing plant, this makes sense. But here's what does not make sense. They just keep us there with nothing to do. Literally nothing to do. I've been through, like, 2 of these events so far. And I would have had to have gone through it with a third if I had not put in my notice. Because, you know, they don't let you make anything on inventory day because that's going to interfere with the inventory count, right? That makes sense. But instead of just telling people whose job it is to make ribbon, why don't you just skip today? They keep us there. We can't sit in the break room. We can't go anywhere. We can't be on our phones. We can't do all these other things. But you want us to stay there for 12 hours, literally doing nothing. Now, a lot of you might be thinking, hey, that's easy money. I'm sitting there thinking, you cannot pay me to waste my time, because that is exactly what's happening. What is wrong with sending us home? Doesn't that save your company money? That saves you payroll. I don't care if you've already allotted it, that saves you money. Like, this company does not function the way it should. And, like, I might not know how things work at the corporate level from a first-person experience, but I know the basics of how to run a business, right? You got to manage your cost. If you're wasting money for an entire department to literally just sit there, and keep in mind, other departments can go home. They'll send them home after like a few hours. And not ribboning. It's like, nope, you can't go home. Because everyone's on a power trip. I would rather you waste your time because I'm the boss. Well, you cannot pay me to waste my time, so I'm not going to stay. That's the other biggest reason I'm leaving. It's not like the mandatory overtime and the ridiculous way it's organized and how long it's being extended. That's the biggest one. The second biggest one is you cannot pay me to waste my time. And like, don't get me wrong, I had it really easy at the pencil factory or the pencil warehouse. Like, it's a job that I honestly regret leaving at this point because I had it really good. But at the same time, it still kind of falls into you can't pay me to waste my time. Now, granted, I was actually doing something over there, but like it was boring. I was putting stickers on tags, you know, so they could. That's what served as the proof that your pencil was real.
I've never been so hungry in my life.
You're gonna have to deal with it, honey. We can see a little better now, or at least I can see a little better now. So we're probably gonna start moving. Oh yeah, that's definitely a dead end. Okay, so I don't know how we managed to migrate into that, but let's migrate back out of it. Anyways, yeah, you can't pay me to waste my time, so that's another reason why. Now, I mean, like, yeah, I can't. I'm not the person to do that with. I have a good work ethic, and I know I do, not because, you know, I know what I do, because that's not me. It's because other people have said so. It's because that's how my parents raised me, to have a good work ethic. Other people have said, hey, you're a good hard worker. And like, I might toot my horn in video games or like in my wit or in my humor. I don't do it when it comes to real world stuff unless other people have done it first, and not just one person, but many. So like, yeah, like I know I'm a hard worker because that's what many people have said about me. I know I have a good work ethic because I've seen it, because that's what other people say about me, and I've seen it in comparison to people who don't have a good work ethic. So like, I know my own value as far as that goes. With a good work ethic, being paid to just sit there and literally do nothing and be bored for 12 hours? Man, you gotta give me something to do. But here's the thing. In a place like OFS, where I would normally be happy to pick up a broom and help out, you know, because of all the power tripping nonsense that happens, not even just in my department, but in the entire place, you also cannot tell me to do something outside of my job description. Plus, that's also like a liability thing as a temp. One of the things that they tell you when you join a job, especially a warehouse job or manufacturing job as a temp, is, you know, you are not allowed to do anything that is outside of your job description. I actually have a piece of paper that Higher Dynamics gave me with my job description on it. So like, if anyone says, hey, I need you to head to this department and do this, well, first of all, that doesn't make sense because I'm not trained in it. Secondly, you know, I'm just going to get in everyone's way and slow them down when they already know what they're doing. And thirdly, and arguably most importantly, I would be a liability in that situation because I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what safety precautions are required for XYZ department. I don't know, you know, how to run whatever machine. Like, just don't do it. Don't do that. That's a bad idea. Okay, so that's the way we came. We're going to pick up more stuff on the way. Let's see. We came from that little corner. Let's see what's up here. I think there might be a shelter somewhere up here that we can get to. Or at least I'm hoping, because we need shelter. And I also need to find food. Like, there's been no places to raid things. So maybe starting off here was a bad idea, but that's okay. Again, like I said, I had a lot to talk about. So if nothing else, this is the Mondayvu's life updates video. Updates in the cold. There we go. That might be one of the titles. So yeah, you know, when you have a good work ethic, but you're also bound to not, you know, do anything in your job description legally, it just doesn't make for it doesn't make for a good bedfellow. You know, when you're paid to sit there and do nothing. Like, no, I don't mind easy money. None of us mind easy money. Easy money is not bad, not by any means. But you cannot pay me to waste my time. You cannot. So I won't do it. I'm also going to look for a job that's closer, because when I worked at Godiva, that was already a 45-minute drive, and that was usually with traffic, with a lot of traffic. And so, you know, depending on when my shift was then, it would depend on how early I'd have to leave. But yeah, no, you can't, I'm not doing it, not here. And like, I don't mind working 12-hour shifts either. That's also not the issue. You know, I mean, I don't mind working the 12-hour shifts. I just don't. But, you know, it has to be in a way that makes sense. Like, I have to have an appropriate amount of time to recover and get stuff done in my life. And for me, the original, you know, 2 days on, 2 days off, 3 days off, and then reverse worked. That would have worked. But this mandatory 48-48 moving into a 61-48, nah. Bye, Felicia. Goodbye, good riddance, and do not come back because I don't want you. I do not want you at all. Not even a little bit. Okay, we need to find shelter because we're going to start getting hypothermia soon. So yeah, those are the biggest updates in my life regarding my job. My poor sister's going through a lot right now too, and I really want to be able to help her, but I haven't had time because of this stupid job. I haven't been able to do anything.
I'm starving.
I know you're starving. We're trying to fix that. We genuinely are trying to fix that. Is there anything up here? Nope, I was hoping that there was, and I was wrong. Looks like I can go up here, but I don't know. I don't think I'll find anything. I mean, I'm out of the wind for a bit, but that doesn't matter when I don't have shelter. And I need food. I really need food. I'd be happy to find a bunch of cattails right now. Okay, so choices. I can either keep going this way or go that way. I could use a bunny. Because I have rocks. Gosh, I just don't know. Okay, we'll start heading this way. I keep hitting the wrong button. How many sticks do I have? 16? I'll get more sticks. Just so I can make more water and stuff. Alright. Let's head this way first. This might not lead to anything. But it's worth checking out, and it might give me a little bit of a break from the breeze. Ooh, or it could just like lead right down a cliff, because I think that's where it's headed. Yep. Yep! Oh, wait. Where does this go? It almost looks like it goes nowhere, but I might be able to get all the way down. See, now I'm just curious. Because I don't think I'm going to make it anyway. Oh, yeah, no, I can't jump back up here. But if I wanted to, I could totally go down there, I think. No, wait. I didn't want to do that yet. Oh, you could get stuck there so bad. Yeah, it looks like I can climb down using these trees. Do I want to do it? Am I going to risk it? I mean, like, I'm nice and sheltered here, so, you know. Hypothermic risk is a little lower, at least. That's back down the canyon where we were, I think. I'm not sure how far down, though. Please don't fall. I really need to find shelter. Like, there's kind of shelter from the wind over there, but, like, we need food. We need, like, the kind of shelter that allows us to raid for food. So, yeah, I'm going to head back up here. I think I explored that section in my Ashlands video. You guys will have to let me know. Or maybe I'll find out when I finally do get around to editing it. So we're going to go back down here. Well, the wind is tapering off. That's good. Oh, neat. They have woodpeckers. That's cool. I don't remember that ambient sound being there before. That is fun. I like that they did that. I actually had a woodpecker at my bird feeder a couple months ago. That was really neat to see. I didn't realize they were that big. Or at least that particular species was that big. Because I mean, like, I don't know what subspecies of woodpeckers there are, but, you know. Or I guess what breeds, technically. Anyhow, I'm glad the weather's calming down. That might save us in the long run. Might. I still need food. The starvation is probably going to kill me really quick. Because that's what happened last time. Even though that's totally not how hunger works. You know, minutes without air, days without water, weeks without food. I mean, a video game's got a video game, but sometimes I think it needs the video game just a little less. I vaguely recognize this area. There might be some cattails somewhere up ahead. Pillar's footrest, okay.
Oh, so cold.
I have hypothermia. Now I'm gonna die.